Hey, it's me, Tiffany. Welcome to my channel where I share all things pregnancy, postpartum, and motherhood related. I am a certified birth and postpartum doula, so that means I support women and their families on their journey from conception to postpartum. If you haven't had a chance yet, please check out my website at www.nurturebytiff.com. You can check out my doula services. You can check out my childbirth education courses. You can also check out my merch. So this story I've been following for about the past week now, and it's a very, very horrifying, very sad story. It's out of Ohio. I'm pretty sure many of you may have heard of it, and I'm pretty sure some of you may have not. There was a father in Ohio who executed 3 of his children, and I'll share the clip with you and then come back and I'll talk about it.
It is an incomprehensible act of horror that he perpetrated on this family.
So the Claremont County prosecutor, who you just heard right there, says his office will pursue the death penalty in the case against 32-year-old Chad Doerman.
As you likely know, Doerman is charged with multiple counts of aggravated murder, accused of shooting and killing his 3 young sons at his home last week, Thursday. And we do have live team coverage from Claremont County for you tonight. Peyton Marshall has details on what happened in court today, and Mike Schell has disturbing new details from the prosecutor on what happened that day on Laurel Lindale Road. Peyton, we'll start with you.
Yeah, Rob, well, what I can tell you is that the father, Chad Doerman, pleaded not guilty to all 21 charges against him. Now, during court today, I will say that the prosecutor talked about in detail what exactly happened to the 3 boys on that day. I do want to warn you, it's extremely difficult to hear.
The court needs to have some understanding of the facts. What we have here is the planned slaughter of 3 little boys.
On Friday, Claremont County prosecutor Mike DeColvey explained in detail how 3 little boys were shot and killed on June 15th.
Mr. Doerman, do you understand that? Yes, sir.
You can see the boy's father, Chad Doerman, sitting in handcuffs during the hearing.
For the court's own edification, Mr. Doerman, can you please tell me how old you are?
32.
And what's your date of birth?
3191.
And are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
All right.
Doerman is charged with 9 counts of aggravated murder for the deaths of his 3-year-old, his 4-year-old, and his 7-year-old. Court documents show that the boys were shot with a rifle and that Doerman, quote, confessed to planning and carrying out the deaths of victims involved for several months.
Stand up! Stand up!
Body camera from the day of the murders shows Doerman sitting on his porch when deputies arrived. It's crucial to note that his children's bodies were nearby.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
The Claremont County community is unraveled and distraught over the news of the murders. They're creating murals, fundraisers, and establishing locations to honor the lives of the brothers, as justice is fought for them through the judicial system.
Based upon the recitation of the indictment and all the possible charges and possible sentences, what is the plea of your client at this time?
The plea is not guilty, Your Honor.
Doerman pleaded not guilty to all 21 counts against him on Friday. This includes 9 counts of aggravated murder, 8 counts of kidnapping, and 4 counts of felonious assault.
The bond in this case be no bail.
And I know there's still so many questions. For instance, like, what was the motive? Well, records haven't revealed that yet, but we're expecting to get more answers during the pretrial hearing, which is scheduled for July 5th. Now, I was talking earlier about what the prosecutor was saying and going into detail about during court, and I'm going to send it over to Mike Schell. Mike, you actually got an interview and spoke with the prosecutor yourself.
Yeah, Peyton, other than Doerman himself, the second most watched gentleman today was the Claremont County prosecutor, Mark DeColvey, to see if, in fact, he would go after the death penalty for Chad Doerman. And again, we must caution you, the details of this case are graphic.
He slaughtered his 3 children in the most brutal fashion you can imagine.
Since his arraignment last week, Chad Doerman has been held on a $20 million bond, the largest ever imposed in Claremont County. County Prosecutor Mark DeColvey was given an opportunity to tell the judge why that bond should be revoked. He said it was due to the horrific accounts in the case, as Doerman allegedly shot and killed his 3 boys.
The first one shot was the 4-year-old, shot in the house 2 times, then sustained 2 bullet wounds to the head, causing his death. The second child shot was a 7-year-old who fled the residence, ran some 300 feet from the residence, and was gunned down from behind by the defendant. He then approached this little boy who was injured, incapacitated, alive, and shot him in the head twice from close distance.
Jacoby then said Doerman went after his 3-year-old son.
And there was a struggle with the mother.
So that was what happened, and very devastating. To be a child, to have your parent, your mother or your father, be the one to bring you into this world, be the one to feed and clothe you and take care of you every day, and be that person that you look up to and you love and you respect and you honor, for them to turn around and be the very same person that takes your life has to be terrifying. I don't know what these babies were thinking as they were going through this, as this was happening to them. They were very young, innocent babies, 3, 4, and 7. And I just don't even know, the horror that they may have been experiencing, while this was going on. And it was said that one of the babies was able to run away, but the father had, run him down and caught him and brought him back. The mother, it was said that she tried to, help save them and try to stop them, but she was shot, in the hand in the process. The stepdaughter was the one to run and try to get help for her family. And there were some conflicting stories, because on the one hand it said that he had planned it for a while, and on the other hand saying he just snapped. There were neighbors giving their commentary about what type of person he was, and from what one neighbor in particular was saying, that he really wasn't a very nice guy. He was always yelling at his wife, at the kids, and this story broke my heart. As one person put it, I'm the mom of 4. My kids get on my nerves every day. It comes to parenting. But there's never been a time where I just thought, I'm gonna take them out. I don't want to be their parent anymore, or I don't want them to live anymore. I don't want them to be on this earth anymore. There's never been a time where a thought like that has ever crossed my mind. And the fact that it's becoming more and more common in this day and time, where parents feel like, they just can take their children out. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding where all the anger is coming from. I'm not understanding I'm just not understanding where this is coming from, and why parents are choosing to do this to their babies, to their children. Why is it becoming so common? What is really going on? He had a history where he had an altercation with his father and some type of battery charge or something like that, from what I understand, and those charges were later dismissed. But I don't know if he has a history of being abusive or anything like that. You got some neighbors who say he was a complete jerk, and then you got the baseball coaches saying that he was a really great dad. So I don't really know. I know that all of us in the world are going through a lot. We're all trying to do the best we can every day, and some of us just aren't equipped to handle those daily pressures, to be parents. You know what I'm saying? To take on those everyday pressures. I'm not excusing what he did. I'm just saying everybody's not fit. Everybody is not fit. It's not for everybody. I just wish that he would have chose a different route. He could have left those babies. He could have left his wife. He could have just left. He did not have to take their lives. A lot of people are wishing or hoping that, there is swift justice and he gets a death penalty and he's taken where he needs to go. And I mean, quite honestly, I agree. Yeah, there's no room on this planet for people like that. If you could just line your babies up and execute them and then chase down one like he's nothing, like he's a dog, like he's nothing, and bring him back and take his life. Yeah, we don't need people like that in the world. I'm sorry. What are your thoughts on this? You know, how are those out there that have heard of the story, or just not watching this for the first time? What do you all feel about this? I look forward to your comments. I thank you so much for watching. As always, comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.